Hello, my High Priestess Key family in the place to be. This is High Priestess Key for the 1, 2, and the 3. That is for the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding, family, okay, of what we need to know right now. All right. So let's get into our message. This is for fire element. Now, fire element we know is just that, right? Fire, aggressive, right? Is the first thing you could think about when you think of fire. But not only that, fire is electric. Fire is passion. Fire is um, bright. Okay. Fire is needed in many ways, right? But also fire burns, right? So you may resonate with fire element right now if you feel like it's something that is getting you going, something that's you're passionate about, something that's aggressive with you, or you being aggressive with some situation, whatever it may be. You don't have to be a fire sign to resonate with the fire element. So that is what these readings are. Now, the fire signs may resonate more, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. With these messages, you may resonate more with it because it is your element, but you don't have to be a fire sign. You may have fire in your chart somewhere because we are all the signs. All right. So let's get to it. I am not using tarot cards. I use cards that I have created with my ancestors. These cards are spiritual astrology, numerology, and the planetary alignment. All right. It is to bring us into alignment, to ascend for our highest good. All right. That's what these messages are. All right. Let's get to it. Fire element. It's the message ancestors for the fire element. Those that resonate with the fire element. Okay. First card that flew out. Now, water got this as well. So, this is my yacht. This is the justice. So, the ancestors are saying there's some things that are coming into balance. There's some things that, justice, right? Justice may prevail. Some things you're going to succeed at. Some things, some truth that's going to be revealed. Fire. So, the Mayati energy is with you as well. I'm going to leave it out. What other messages do you have for fire? Fire element ancestors, fire. Fire element ancestors, fire. Okay, fire. So you got some things going on, honey. Okay. Some chaos that you may be going through at this time. You have a couple of cards that are turned upside down. So this definitely lets me know there could be some things that may feel like it's turned upside down in your life, or you may have went through. Okay. But it's definitely looking like some successes here with the change that is happening. The first quarter moon is happening now. Okay. We're moving into that. And, we're in that and moving into the gibbous waxing as well, because the gibbous waxing is after the first quarter. So that's the energy that you're in right now, compensation wise, as if you're trying to make a decision, is what the ancestors is saying in reference to my fire element. Fire element, you may be trying to make some decisions, what it is that you truly want to do. You may be aggressively trying to make a decision in reference of which way, what path, how you're going to move next, right? And remember, I told you that fire is definitely about passion, right? Lighting things up, lighting your path. And in right now, in the internal vibrations that you have for fire element, it's all about everything right now is relative to your future. Everything is about the law of relativity right now for you internally. That means right now you need to understand that the things and the success that is going to come to you, okay, and the changes that in the things that you can change for yourself with the law of perpetual transmutation, okay, being success, but also being some type of, like, again, I said, well, water as well, but you have it in reference of the energy of a legal situation. And if it's not a legal situation, it could be some type of relationship situation, right? Even down to daughter, mother, son, right? But I'm seeing more of mother, daughter relationship issues. Okay, fire. Fire, I'm seeing right now you have the strength to triumph through any adversity. Okay, right now it's about fire for you. It's about you repenting. It's about you asking the ancestors for mercy, utilizing your voice, your throat chakra, okay, to confess to some things, right? There's power in the tongue for you right now. So be careful how you utilize your words, your communication. And since I said right now, you're doing a lot in reference of your children, okay? Because that's what I'm seeing here in reference of what's making you making you move, right? Making giving you the passion to do whatever it is that you're determined to do and make whatever sacrifices you want to make. Because the ancestors is showing that here for you at this time. um, you're definitely trying to change some things around your home life, but it may be some things that you're not seeing, or you're not, you may have even been traumatized by something that, has occurred in your life before. And the ancestors is showing that it could be some uncomfortable situations that you're going through legally right now. It's definitely showing that your past and the things that you endured have been some chaos, some darkness, some things that may bring you some confusion, could have been very destructive in your life. But be careful of not feeling like you got to do get back, or like you have to go after that person or a situation, because what you put out is what you attract right now. That's the law of attraction that's in there, and it's chaos. Okay. So the ancestors say you could attract chaos if you put in chaos out. So you want to be very careful. We always stay away from chaos. We ask for peace. So the ancestors is showing, yes, you have endured it. You have went through the darkness, and it looks like you're moving through, or you're trying to get through the darkness and move towards the light. This could go back to the situation that you have with this first quarter moon energy that's in your law of compensation, money wise, rewards, promotions, where you're trying to make decisions, where you may be the decision maker, right? This could be in your home, all the way down to your relationships, right? With your children, your mate, whoever, right? For your family. But ancestors want you to be confident and have courage in your decision making at this time. Okay, for my fire, the ancestors want you to know that right now, things that may not be revealed to you will be revealed. The truth will be revealed. And also, the ancestors want you to operate out of integrity, because not only may you be going through some legal situation, court, lawsuits, whatever it may be, down to a ticket, right? But the ancestors want you to operate out of integrity, because not only are you being watched in reference of, how you're going to handle this situation with the ancestors, but yes, also spiritual court of law. Okay. So, because the Mayati energy is just that. Okay. So the ancestors is gave us that before I even pulled any of your cards. But the main message for you is, everything is relative. Whether you're making the sacrifices, the sun is going to shine down on whatever this is, because right now it is looking like there's like you're going through an upgrading period, ascension, right? Ascension tension is what I always say when it comes to spirituality and your gifts and the things that you're going to go through. You're a supernatural spiritual being that's in here, fire. So that lets us know that there is a lot of, things that you're being warned about. You may be getting warnings. You may be seeing signs. You may be seeing crows and angels and all kinds of forms of things that are spiritually giving you signals and synchronicities, right? All of these things, even in your visions and your dreams, right? All of these things are ancestors letting there's different things that are happening in your life. People call it the supernatural, but really in actuality, it's connected to you being a supernatural being. Okay. You receiving it in your life and in your dreams and your visions, in whatever it is that's coming to you, whether that's a download and a song or whatever, right? But all of that is coming to you because you are receiving it based off of your spiritual gifts. Ancestors is looking to, perform some miracles for you, especially when it comes to if you're having some issues around the home, or you're having some issues where you want to change some things. And this could be good or bad, right? So the ancestors is definitely showing that for fire. You definitely have a decision to make. Let's see what ancestors advice is to you, fire. Yeah, fire. Fire element ancestors. Yeah. Yeah. See, the answers is definitely showing me the intervention coming in for you where it was once interruption. You definitely had your home turned upside down. I got Your home life or your living conditions have been turned upside down, whether that's your money, whether that's a love relationship. There's definitely some chaos, some type of situation that you've been going through in reference of your home life. Okay. But the ancestors is showing that there's something that you're not seeing at this time. Something that's going to come in for my fire element that is going to change some things for you. All right. Um, there's a lot here in reference of what's to change and what can change for you is that you're just going to have to make some sacrifices, whether it's where you may not want to do something that you have never done before, but the ancestors is like, this is something you need to do, fire sign. You got to get that fire underneath your belly and that passion and go aggressively after what it is that you want. That is what the ancestors is showing here for you. It's a lot in reference of the things that you have endured in the past that the ancestors is showing. It's a lot of things that are concealed from you at this time. It's a lot here in reference of your goals and your accomplishments, and maybe you even keeping those things secret, or people keeping secrecies from you in reference of their goals. Be careful, right? Be very careful. Um, there's a lot of healing, and there's a lot of message here in reference of you using your discernment. Um, there's going to be a change in a relationship between you and your child as well. I'm seeing that here. Um, you need to make sure you're paying attention to your nervous system. All right. The ancestors want you to do that. And control your emotions because your emotions may be interrupted. Okay. So you need emotional intervention as well. So the ancestors is saying that. For you who have daughters, there's some energy coming in reference of your daughter here. Um, I'm getting a lot about daughters, right? There could be, you could be the intervention for your daughter going through some things, fire. There's also an element here of, being very careful in reference of how you maintain, you know, um, some type of situation around Neptune energy. Now, Neptune is in Pisces. We have so many elements in Pisces, even Venus, Neptune, Mercury, um, Saturn. Okay, all are in Pisces, right? And Pisces um is definitely an element that we're in right now. But let me give you the signs that I'm seeing in your message here that you may have some dealings with or some type of connection to that is coming out in this message. Definitely Capricorn, Virgo, um, Gemini, Scorpio. Yeah. Okay. So, and Leo, of course, fire, right? So you could have some dealings or be dealing with this person in some shape, form, or fashion, right? And so the ancestors just want you to know to be very careful. Make decisions based off of your discernment, um, and selfless, selfless love in the change of things to get you to the success. I'm definitely seeing your finances, it being in some type of change in your finances. Okay. I'm seeing that there will be some type of change in your finances for the better. Okay. Whereas you was going through some type of hiccup or headache around your finances, around maybe even paying bills and so forth. I'm seeing that change. I'm seeing this a lot that, you're going to have to, work through in reference of change. There's some things coming up around technology. You may need to change something in reference of maybe working on a different, system, or you may be having to get a new job where you have technology incorporated into that in some shape, form, or fashion. But there's something here about that as well. Answers want you to know you have the key to life in reference of you making these changes. Okay. Um, but definitely prosperous when it comes to your finances, but there is some decisions that you need to make, and whatever decision you need to make in reference of your compensation work or whatever this is that's here. It could even be in reference of love. The ancestors is showing you have the means and the energy of having something changed for the better there. Okay. And I'm seeing you being inspired to have that happen. Just be careful of no envy and no pride. Put the pride aside and do what it is that you need to do Be very careful not to take on other people's sins and other people's heavy loads, not being naive and manipulated out of your abundance and prosperity. Okay. But I am definitely seeing that it's all comes down to you operating out of integrity. Okay. As with water, so you may have water in your chart somewhere, because water and fire messages are very close. Okay. So what I will say to that is, you guys have success that is here, but you're gonna have to work past your emotions. Okay. So you probably have water in your chart somewhere, and water probably has fire in their chart somewhere. But it's like controlling of the emotions as you're moving through some type of situation that was a learning lesson. Okay. So that's what the ancestors want you to know. The only thing I have here in reference of, like I said, health situations, which you have to take with a grain of salt. Sorry for the noise. Um, is the nervous system. I have a lot here about your nerves. So some of you, is your nerves is, you have an anxiety and things like that, headaches and things like that. That's when you need to meditate and calm your mind. Okay, because those are bringing your emotions, your thoughts are bringing ailments to the body. All right. And you don't want that. So try to alleviate that by having confidence, having courage, make the decision that you need to make in there, make the sacrifices, use your creativity right now to change and maneuver some things for you, get grounded and be organized, and understand that what you're moving forward towards, the ancestors is right there to help you through. All right. So that is your message for my fire. I hope that this resonated with you. Um, I hope that you guys were able to pick up, something that would give you some type of motivation, inspiration. Yeah, because you have a way to change your earthly possessions, but it starts with you. You have new beginnings in here, but only if you shift that energy for the good. Your finances, your compensation, all looks well, but it's down to you making the move, getting the fire underneath your belly, and take your emotions out of the situation and do what it is that you need to do. All right. Much love to you, fire. I will see you guys soon. Peace. Let me know how you feel about the energy in your element at this time. Much love. Peace.